Come down today to look at my garden spot, and we just moved over the summer down here, and I wasn't able to get a garden started because there was so much work to be done in other areas of the property. But gardening is one of the most important parts of being self-sufficient and self-reliant. You know, where you're getting your food is very important. And right behind me here, and I'm going to just give you a little peek of where I'm putting my garden, is this area right in here. And it's got a lot of, I'm going to need to do a lot of clearing. I've already started putting some ash from the fires. But this whole area right here, we're going to have a very large garden spot. Now, I do some long-term food storage and short-term, just, you know, as insurance, to put some things back, to get through a critical time. You know, your plan varies for whatever you're wanting to prepare for. A garden is so important for a reusable source of food. You know, you can continue to grow your garden even when you've run out of your store. One of the things that's lacking in a lot of prepper mentalities is just stocking up tons and tons of food, because sooner or later the food will run out. Most of the seed that you're buying from your lawn and garden, from even Walmart, most of these seeds are hybrid seeds. They've been genetically modified to be able to resist disease and resist insects or pestilence, which is a great thing, but they don't reproduce. So whatever seeds you have, that's all you're going to have. Your vegetables will not produce fruit-bearing seed. You should seriously consider getting a seed bank or a source of non-hybrid seeds. You need to get heirloom or non-hybrid. And one of the things that I'm doing this year, and this is what I'm going to be planting this year, is this emergency seed bank. It's a pretty cool deal. It does 1 acre of gardening with vegetables, and there are 23 different varieties. It's about 1.25 pounds of seed, and it comes in this military tin, which I love, which can be reused as well. All the information about emergency seed bank and the different seeds, 23 non-hybrid, hermetically sealed seed varieties, just a lot of information here, but that doesn't stop. Seeds are packed in Mylar, and they're all separately packed, 23 varieties. A lot of different things you can use. And it just keeps coming. But also, one thing that I really like about this system is there's a growing guide and there is a seed saving guide. This is really important. Listen, if you're not saving your seeds and harvesting your seeds, then you might as well go to Walmart and buy your seed. But with this, it goes through the steps on how to save your seeds, and that is really key. And of course, the growing guide as well. Very important. You know, and of course, there's information you can find different places, but this is just for this system. I think it's a very thorough system, and I really like what they put together here. Now, a couple of things that I want to talk about as far as gardening goes. You know, you can buy these seed banks and from different companies, wherever, but you can buy them and you can stock them back and have them say, okay, just in case. Experience is important. And if you're not an experienced gardener, then you need to start now. Get your seed, develop your garden, learn the ins and outs. Believe me, there are so many different ways that Mother Nature moves and things happen. So you need to know what you're doing, so when it does come down to you necessarily having to live off of an emergency crisis garden, you can do so and have some confidence. Even the most knowledgeable can have trouble. So you need to get your garden started. And you also just live a lot healthier. Having your own vegetables, your own fresh vegetables, pulling them out of the garden, there's nothing like it. Now, Congress has passed the Food Modernization Act this past year, and this will affect farms and growing and seeds and everything. But there were some provisions in there to help protect, supposedly, small farmers and home gardens. But the regulations are there, and they can be enacted. And I'm going to tell you, now is the time to buy your seeds, your non-hybrid seeds, or your heirloom seeds. If you can buy them now, these will last for 10 years as they are, guaranteed, of course, by Emergency Seed Bank. So another thing too is a lot of times you may have different types of varieties that are good in certain regions and not. All of the seeds here will grow in all the 11 different national climates for seed growing. Now, while I'm not the end-all expert on gardening, I do thoroughly enjoy it, and I have been gardening for a long time. Now, what I want to say though about gardening, when you get ready to garden, typically there is surplus. And you can either choose to give that surplus away to friends and family, which is always nice to do, or you can can your vegetables. And to be honest with you, if you are planning for a crisis garden or a survival garden, you need to learn how to preserve your vegetables in your can them. If you're not careful, vegetables get left, you pick them, they sit, you eat what you can, and then the other goes to waste, and that is the worst of the worst. So plan your strategy ahead, whether you're going to be canning or whether you're going to be giving it away to friends and neighbors, because wasting is really a terrible thing. Now, it's a little early to begin your gardening, to plant it. Some people go ahead and start plowing. I'm probably going to go ahead and have my soil turned very quickly, just to get it turned and start preparing the soil. But you need to start getting your soil ready in plenty of time before the seed comes around. Again, I'm not the end-all expert, and if you give me a lot of questions, I'm going to be able to answer some. But look around, study out your gardening, and understand it. If you also, when you're buying seed like this, you need to try it out. And you may not want to plant a whole acre, but you sure can plant a garden spot and use this seed to do so. And here you've got a lot of information. I think this is a great system here, and of course I'm going to leave all the information about this below, but I got this, and I get a lot of my survival stuff from the Berkey guy, and I'll have his information down below. He is great to work with. Jeff at Directive 21, great to work with. And if you watch the Berkey water filtration system video that I did a few months ago, I had gotten that from Jeff, and just a great website to go to really find a lot of the most key elements to survival. If I can leave you with one thing to think about on survival, the most important element, it is your food and water. And without being able to grow your own vegetables and to raise your own food, you're going to be limited. You're going to be relying on other people. Be more self-reliant. Take care of your vegetables first, and your water. And as always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more fun gun reviews and sensible survival. God bless America. Long live the Republic. Now, Mr. Douglas, you need to listen, and you need to buy your seeds. Now's the time, because we need green acres, and without green acres, America will not be strong.